here from Sue's Dog Rock My Kitchen, and I hope you're all well and not going too crazy in the nutty world we now find ourselves living in. And today I would just like to make something that someone's requested, okay? And hello Basildon Dave, and I hope that I'm going to do this correct, but I'm making it up as I go along. I'm not following a recipe, and I basically think it's corned beef with potatoes and onion. So I did do a bit of research, and that seems to be what it is, and I'm just going to do it slightly different to what you're probably used to, because I'm not going to be using boiled potatoes to mash. I'm just going to be using some jacket potatoes, of which I've got 2 in the microwave cooking and 1 I had the other day. And I'm going to leave the skin on as well, but you don't have to follow this recipe. You can just do your mash the way you normally do it. But I'm just making this to the way I want to do it today. Anyway, so I have 2 packs of corned beef here, and how much is in each pack? 125 grams in each pack. There's only me and my partner going to be eating this, so that should be more than adequate. So here we go. So on my cooker I have a frying pan, and in the frying pan I'm going to add a bit of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. You can use whatever oil you want, but this is the one I'm going to be using today. And I'm just waiting for the potatoes, and all I'm going to do is crush them up. My hash browns, they actually are chunks of potato, they're not creamed potatoes, if you know what I mean. So all you need is an onion. So I've got 1 onion here because it's only me and my partner, but if there was more of you, you could use more onions, you could use more corned beef. And I'm going to add a bit of Worcester sauce in mine just to give it a bit of a kick. So I'm just going to add a bit of this, salt and pepper, and I'm just going to use 2 spring onions as well to add a bit of colour to it as well. So there's our 2 potatoes. So all I'm going to do is crush them up a bit once I put them in the pan. So I'll just cut them up a little bit. I need to warm up this one. Hello again. So I don't think it takes very long to do corned beef hash. I've never made it before, so this is a first for me. But I thought I'd make it because someone requested it, and I said that I would make what anybody requested me to make, so that's what I'm doing. So in there I'm going to add some butter, so I'm adding a knob of butter as well. You don't have to add butter, you can just use the oil, but I do like butter. And I'm just going to cut up the onion. I don't usually use this knife for cutting onions. Anyway, who cares, it doesn't really matter, does it? So I'm just using 1 normal sized onion, okay? You can use whatever onion. You could use red onion. I do have red onions, or shallots, you could use those. I'm just using 1 normal sized onion today, and I'm just going to slice it up and then cut it into little squares. So let me know how you do your corned beef hash, because there's so many different ways of doing it. And we're just going to have this with some fried eggs on the top, because my son said he likes it with eggs on it. So we're just going to do that. I've never had it before, so I really don't know. But I'll try anything once. I'm sorry, Dave, that it's taken me so long to get round to doing this video. I have been so busy out in my garden that it's taken up all my time at the moment. And I will be putting up a garden video tomorrow, but today I'm doing this. So I'm just going to put the onion in here. So I've made the onion quite chunky. You can make it finer if you want. Cut the potatoes a bit, like so. And then what I'm going to do is just crunch them up. I like jacket potatoes. In fact, I prefer the taste than just boiled potatoes. But you can mash the potatoes if you want, but this is the way I'm doing them today. Now it's really, really quick. So, and the potatoes are really, really hot. You can use leftovers. I haven't actually got any, I had one potato left over, but I haven't actually got any vegetables left over. You could throw in some cabbage. It seems cabbage and corned beef goes together quite nicely. But this is how I'm doing it. Okay, so that's my 3 sort of smallish potatoes, not very big. So I'm going to just brown off the onions a little bit, like a bit of excitement. So, and while we're waiting for that to cook, we'll cut up the corned beef, shall we? So I think in each one of these there's 1, 2, 4 slices. So I'm just going to slice it up this way and then put it into little cubes this way. Like so. And then I'll just do the other one. So these are 2 packs here I'm using. And just do the same again. And then that way. I like doing recipes quite quickly, as you can tell. So, on here we have our potatoes and our corned beef, okay? And now we're just going to cut up our spring onions. So we're using 2 spring onions. And I'm using these mainly for the colour. But this is where you could put in some cabbage. But I haven't got any cabbage laying around. So we're just going to use a bit more onion. And then we're just going to put it all in the pan together. And hopefully that should be it. Doesn't take long. So the onions in there are quite brown now, so I'm just going to throw this in. I'm going to put a bit of Worcester sauce in, a bit of salt and pepper as well. There we go. Just fry it all in the pan. So I suppose you could use tinned corned beef. But I haven't got any tinned corned beef, so I use fresh. I'm not very fond of tinned food actually, apart from tinned tomatoes. I like those. And wild salmon. I like that. Right, so I'm just going to put a bit of salt and pepper. So this is ground black pepper and some Himalayan salt. And there we are, that'll be enough. And then I want to put a bit more oil in. Well, it's looking good. And a sprinkling of this Worcester sauce. You don't have to put this in, I just want to make it a bit different because I like being different. Right, that's good. Might put a bit more olive oil in. I might use a bit of this basil oil actually, just for a change. Basil infused oil, olive oil. Right, and now we're going to just let it sit because we want some nice crispy bits around the edge. And then I'll show it to you. So I'll show it to you now. So that's what it's looking like. Okay? It smells really lovely. And we're just going to leave it sitting there for a bit. And that's it really, it's nearly done. Didn't take long, did it? I love these quick recipes, it's great. So if you want me to cook anything, just ask and leave a comment below and I'll try and cook it for you. This is my own recipe and you could have it with mash, but I like my potatoes more chunky, as long as they're cooked. So I like to keep the skin on as much as possible. And I'll be back again in a minute and show you how we're progressing, okay? Hello again. So I've just been mixing the corned beef hash up and I scraped the bottom of the pan to get the crispy bits off. So we're just going to let it sit there, and in the other pan, I've got another pan here. We're just going to do some fried eggs, and then I'm going to serve it onto a plate and put the fried eggs on top. So you can have this for breakfast. This seems to be something that you have as lunch, or you can have it in a pie. There's loads of different recipes for this, but I just wanted to make up my own one and not follow anybody's recipe really. So if you want the recipe for my one, just ask me. It's really simple, it's not a very complicated dish, and it's really quick. So we're going to do, these are my little bento mix. They're really good. They're really, really good. And the only difference between these ones and a normal chicken egg is there's slightly less white. But apart from that, you wouldn't notice much difference. And they are so tasty. And then I've got bright yellow eggs because I feed my chickens mixed corn, mealworms. They have a nice selection of food. They have like oat grain because my baby lamb Anu, well, he's not such a baby now, he'll be one soon. I get him goat nits. And it has lots of cereals in there, you know, corn and, not corn, like oats and stuff like that in there. And they love it too, so they have a really wide, varied diet. So I think that's it for the corned beef hash. So I will serve up one portion so you can see what it looks like. Just need to put some oil on top of the eggs. And that's it. That's it, it's done. This didn't take long, about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Right, well that's it. So what I'm going to do is just put some on this plate. So you can make it however you want, but this is my version, as usual. And you might not have thought of making it like this. So I'm just going to put some corned beef hash on there. Ooh, steamy in here. It's because the room is quite cold now. Oh, I think my eggs are done. I'm really not very hungry this evening. I will only have a tiny bit. Right, looks good. So you've got some nice crispy bits because the if you leave it to cook in the pan for a bit, and use a non-stick pan so that you can scrape the bottom. And I like my eggs crispy as well around the edges, but you don't need to have crispy eggs. Okay, right, so that's it, done. So there we have my version of corned beef hash, Sue's version of corned beef hash with fried eggs, okay? Crispy edged fried eggs, okay? And crispy corned beef hash, so there'll be some nice crispy bits in there, made with some Worcester sauce, just to make it a bit more tasty. Baked potatoes, not boiled potatoes, and not mashed potatoes, so there's quite big chunks. Fried onions, and also spring onions, okay? So that's it. So I hope Dave, Basildon Dave, thank you for sending me your request to make you a corned beef hash, and I hope you enjoy it, and please try this version because this is my version, and just tell me how your version is, okay? And oh yes, you asked about pickled eggs as well. So I was going to ask my partner if he likes pickled eggs. I haven't asked him yet because I'm not very fond of pickled eggs. But he might like pickled eggs. I will ask him, and if he does, I will make some, okay? Because I do have a lot of my own eggs with my chickens laying tons of eggs now. So anyway, so it'd be good to make something with some eggs. So thank you, Basildon Dave, for sending me, for requesting a recipe, okay? And if you like this video, please give me a like and a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and tell your friends and family about my channel. I try and upload a video at least once a week. I have been slacking a bit with the food because I'm also doing gardening videos as well, because I'm doing my garden, and I have been really busy in my garden. And I will be doing an update on my garden tomorrow and my polytunnel, because I'm doing more seeds because it's March now. So we need to get sowing. But anyway, so here is my nice corned beef hash. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. So bye for now. Bye.